Oh my God, there's a lot of you people here. What are y'all doing here? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here, actually. Um, from the bottom of my heart, I did not get nervous till about 5 minutes ago, and then I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." It's a lot of pressure, but hopefully, you know, uh, hopefully, I'll be lighter at the end of this. Usually I am on just a regular day, and I mean, this is really just another regular day, unfortunately. It's just, it's been brought on by Lauren herself. I'm not the only one of that opinion. It is what it is. Sometimes people reveal themselves. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it never happens. I don't know. I'm not a expert and I don't know everything there is to know about humans and our human experience, but it's actually it actually scared me yesterday. Like whenever well, right, today is Sunday. So I'm talking about Friday. Sorry, not yesterday, but Friday. I went live to cover Lori's latest hearing where she scoffed at the judge because he told her she had to pay almost $12,000 in restitution to my mom. And I think I got the most enjoyment because it chapped her ass and I'm all about it, right? I'm here for that. um Anyways, if she only knew how much she did the same to us, like she they have no idea. They're just so freaking tone deaf and not self-aware at all. I mean, and it seems that it looks like kind of the same thing might be happening with our friend Lauren. And that's what scared me, not so much her, I mean, but to hear Dr. John feed into it and reassure her, give her the weapons basically to continue building the arsenal, to continue with the vitriol, with the mean girl behavior that can put people in actual jail. And so I've been thinking about that aspect too. And I'm like, anybody that can have a clear conscience about a innocent person being put in jail ain't nobody I want to be around, nobody I want to subscribe to, talk to. I want to distance my ass off, right? Get the F away from me, get the F away from my family. Don't say our names. Go. Bye. Like that is I'm like, I hear like the oh, it's crazy. And I really did try to I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt just recently, and it's weird. I can't even believe I'm saying that because, I mean, I've seen right through her since day 1, I'm just like, just something about her, and then, things started to kinda happen, and again, already dealing with real life. Lauren is just like a subtopic off of the real crimes, committed by Lori and Chad and friends. So it's like, what even is this? Like it's a lot to deal with. But it needs to be talked about, y'all. We need to talk about this. I just have not been able to talk about it for years, not openly. And I'm glad. I think it's a relief in the community on a positive note because so many people are able to just say what the hell they want to. They don't have the thought police. Woo, woo, woo. Like I feel that way. So I hope you do too. I hope the hell you do too. I'm ready to, like, my goal here today is to hash this out. I'm not spilling tea. It's probably something you already came to the conclusion of yourself. It's nothing that I have hard proof as of right now. But things have a way of finding their finding its way to the surface. That's how darkness works with light, apparently. So I see you all here. Thank you so much. I don't know how to slow the chat down. This is not good. I don't usually have this problem, but let me go look. But let me see. I had somebody. I'll play something. Not Lauren. I won't play Lauren. I promise. Not right now, at least. Okay, hold on. Just one second, and then while I'm slowing the chat down, or trying to, I just have to entertain you some way. And I stopped dancing last year, so I'm just kidding. I didn't dance. You wouldn't want to be here. Let's see. Well, let me share this real quick. This is me in the world I live in, I swear. This is usually this guy, he's opposing I don't even know what it's called, but this is the Mormon, ex-Mormon actually. And just watch.
In the first presidency.
This is me, and everyone's always that way.
Those opposed, if any, may manifest it.
Right.
It is proposed that we sustain Dallin H. Oaks as president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles and M. Russell Ballard as acting president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Those in favor, please signify.
Everybody else is like, yeah.
Any opposed may manifest it.
Okay.
It is proposed that we sustain the following as members of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles.
It's boring, huh?
M. Russell Ballard, Jeffrey R. Holland, Dieter F. Uchtdorf, David A. Bednar, Quentin L. Cook, D. Todd Christofferson, Neil F. Counselor in the first presidency. Those in favor may manifest it. Those opposed, if any, may manifest it. It is proposed that we sustain Dallin H. Oaks as president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles and M. Russell Ballard as acting president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Those in favor, please signify. Any opposed may manifest it. It is proposed that we sustain the following as members of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. M. Russell Ballard.
Is it repeating?
Jeffrey R. Holland.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I'm so sorry. I'm like, how many times are they going to say the same name? My bad. I just feel like this guy who is opposing when everybody else, is agreeing to maintain that power, and I really commend him, Brian Pugh. I mean, can we just have more people like this? Or I'm sure there's a lot more people that feel just like me. I'm not comparing myself to Brian Pugh here, but it just really feels like it resonates, I'm just like, oh yeah, everybody's over there and I'm over here and I'm like, hey guys, what are y'all doing? And we're always just on the opposite side and not intentionally. It's just, I'm like, what are y'all doing? But, it is what it is. So hopefully there's going to be more people like Brian Pugh for sure. I don't know how to slow the chat down. I'm not very good at, on the helm and having to do all this. So Turtle Boy always calling out the BS, right? Y'all, the eyebrows, the oh my God, McArches, they might make their debut. I don't know. Depends on how pissed off I get. So I don't know how to slow chat down. You will not be a part of this crap. Well, that exactly, right? Nobody should have to be. Do y'all know that, again, like this is something I'm used to? Google it. Yeah, I don't, it's going to take me a minute. Something that, let's see. Hold on. Well, this sucks. I need to find something real quick. I really enjoyed, I found new creators, covering these things. I appreciate their hard work. Some of them have been covering it forever. Nonsense. That's my girl. Okay. Love her. And J is for Justice. She's been covering this, the Daybell case from jump. And, but I mean, I just haven't, I'd go back every now and then to her channel and, access an old interview or something. And I just really appreciate their willingness to like stand up and say, no, fuck this. Like, this is bullshit. And they're calling people out on it. And it's really given me a lot of confidence. It really has. Like, they stand up, they don't play, and that's what we need in and around this community at all times. Like, this ain't the place, like, and again, wherever there are people to exploit, in my opinion, is where this shit's going to happen. So, predators, they don't hang out at the nursing home. Well, some of them do. Anyways, they hang around where our children are. So that's what they do. Let me look. Somebody sent me this. I don't even remember who, but thank you. I'm going to let her play while I go slow my damn chat down. I'm sorry.
Let's have a chat about Lauren Matthias from Hidden True Crime, right? I find it absolutely fascinating. Like, she's calling the police because no one calls her. Her phone is too quiet. You know what, Lauren? I usually only know stalking victims who complain about how often they have to change their phone numbers because they get harassed by messages and phone calls and everything. And you're literally, I think, the first stalking victim who complains it's too quiet. Like, what is it? A silent harassment? Like someone is harassing me with silence because I don't get phone calls? It is getting so insane. Like, I don't even know where to start with all of this. Okay, so back to square one, because I also had my fair share of run-ins with Lauren. So a few years ago, Lauren and the Hidden True Crime, they covered a case, and she uploaded on her YouTube channel a jailhouse recording of a phone call, and it was obvious it was between the defendant and his lawyer. So this phone call should have never been released to the public, obviously. And it was obvious when you listened to it, you knew exactly what it was, who it was, and, basically you shouldn't have released it. It must have been an accident by the courthouse. And I mean, if you say you're a professional journalist, and you're so professional, then you would maybe make the courthouse aware of it, or the lawyer, the defendant saying, hey, by the way, they accidentally released these phone calls, which they shouldn't. But she still put it up on her YouTube channel. So I made a post on X, formerly Twitter, and I called her out and said, I don't agree with that one. I think that's not right. What happened was Lauren had a complete meltdown, and she also claimed then being bullied, harassed, and as if it's a torture. And I just thought, you know what, Lauren, I'm not calling you every day. I'm not doing anything. There is a post on X. And she wanted me to remove it because I called her out. And I was like, so you're basically torturing yourself, because it seems all you do all day long is like you go on my page and like, is it still there? Is it still here? And you reread the same post and you get annoyed about it. So you're torturing yourself because it's in your mind? Like, back then I was already wondering, like, why is her husband not saying anything to her about, hey, Lauren, how about calm your tits? Okay, so now when you look at the response video they uploaded, right, it's actually really interesting, because Dr. John is with his stupid Brad Pitt example, talking about why you should differentiate between what a person does privately and their work, right? But this is exactly why everything goes wrong for Lauren, because she can't. Because for Lauren, and this is actually also interesting, I'm surprised Dr. John doesn't come up with that one, because you actually have people with narcissistic personality traits, or high on the narcissistic scale, right? They have an issue that they can't admit a mistake they made in any way, because they have such a fragile ego and a fragile sense of self that for them it's basically like, oh my God, if I would now admit that I screwed up, then it means I am a bad person or something. And this is exactly what Lauren always says, I'm not a bad person. No, Lauren, but I mean, you can still just come forward and say, hey, look, I screwed up. What I did was really bad. But it's not what you do. And the whole time today in this video, they were just talking about, you admitted faults and stuff. No, she didn't. She was actually constantly just saying, I have no idea what I've did. And that's why so many people come forward now and saying, let me tell you what you did. Because you do not take responsibility for anything. You still say, I haven't got a clue. And I also find it very interesting. Like, so yeah, she's basically talking about these text messages that will get released. But the smallest amount of time she's actually paying attention to what she wrote and maybe her behavior was screwed up. No, main part is, but it's much worse that someone would release them, which is like, listen, Lauren, as a professional journalist, I don't know, you can have some protected messaging services like Signal or something, you know. Just the example, it seems everyone has figured it out by now. It's 2025, right? But she doesn't. And the other thing is, it seems maybe she's trusting people a little bit too quickly and easily, because it seems she didn't even know these people that long and they had access to all of her accounts. I mean, I'm not sure why she would do that. But anyways, it's quite interesting because her main blame goes towards the person who is releasing my text message is much worse than what I am when I wrote all this shit about other people. So it's like, no, Lauren, maybe just don't write shit about other people in the first place, especially not when it's that horrific. And when you want us to focus on your work instead of what you do privately, well, this is actually your work. Because if you say, oh, you're standing up for victims and you actually trash talk victims, then yeah, it affects your work. This is your work. Or if you try to interfere with other podcasters, this is your work. So no, we get it right. You know, we don't talk about, I don't know if you have a dispute with your neighbor at home, no one gives a shit about it. We focus on your work and on your reporting. Yeah, because it seems the way you report information is not honest and not professional or unbiased at all. That's why we are all focusing on it, yeah? And also pay attention to one really important thing. So if something goes wrong, such as, you know, the text messages might get released, it's definitely someone else's fault. Yeah, it's because the other person shouldn't have screenshotted it and they shouldn't release it. It's much worse. And they bring it out of context, right? It's the other person's fault. But her success is completely just based on her own hard work. Yeah, she considers herself an expert in the Daybell case. Really? Okay, so let me ask you a question. What have you actually done? You didn't fly with a plane to Hawaii and confront those two and ask where the children were. No, you didn't. You went to a courthouse and then you sat there in the courtroom and then you went outside and you said, by the way, that's what we've heard today. Brilliant. That's what shitloads of other people did too. And you know what? The planet wouldn't have stopped rotating if you wouldn't have been there, right? How did you fight for the victims? Like, you weren't the prosecutor, Lauren. You were sitting there on a fucking chair taking notes. That's it. Like, you didn't break something in a case or anything. You didn't find a fucking missing person. Like, nothing. Okay? No one gives a shit, Lauren. Like, you make it sound as if thanks to you, someone got prosecuted. No, it's not. I mean, yeah, thanks for reporting about it. If you wouldn't have been there, shit, lots of other people would have done the same. You're not that important, Lauren. And maybe you just don't get it. And the other thing is, it's actually quite rich to say, I'm an expert on the case. Someone else's family tragedy. You know, there are still people alive living from this family. I mean, I don't know how I would feel if someone else would say, I'm an expert in your family's tragedy. I would be like, really? Oh, thanks. Wow, great. Like, how weird is that? Like, you're an expert in a case. So tell me, what do you know what no one else does? What do you know what not even the family members know? What evidence do you know about, but not even the police knows about? So tell me about this. What is your absolute secret that makes you an expert? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe come down from your fucking high horse and realize who you actually are. You were a TV anchor. Okay, brilliant, fine, great. Then you were a stay-at-home mom and you got bored and you started a fucking YouTube channel. That's what it is. You're basically a blogger, a YouTuber. That's it. And also, Lauren, you said you're so proud of your hard work in the Daybell case, right? So I was just wondering, what did you actually do? I mean, you know, there are journalists out there, they actually report in war zones, they risk their lives, or some other people who actually confronted people face to face. You, on the other hand, you said, you did join Facebook groups about the Lori Vallow Daybell case. Wow. Okay, so let me summarize it for you, Lauren. You were a stay-at-home mom in front of your laptop. You did join some Facebook groups and then reported about what so-and-so posted in the Facebook groups. So that's the work you're so proud of in your career as a journalist? Wow. I mean, just think about this. You opened your completely deranged, unhinged, now 9-hour live stream by saying, you're going to own your narrative. Well, did you ever consider that maybe the victims or family members of like crime victims also want to own their narrative? Like, I mean, what's the difference? Just asking, you know? And we say, how can other people say it's entertaining, the suffering of my family? But you literally base your whole career about reporting about this, reporting about the suffering of people. And you know what? You think that would be hard to testify about stalking, which, by the way, isn't even stalking, okay? I think you are actually the stalker in this whole thing because it seems you stalked the other girls more than what they did to you. Anyways, what do you think? When people have to testify about traumatic events, someone tried to kill them or someone SA'd them, right? Guess what? This is really hard. Or how people had to find their slaughtered family members or something, yeah? They get broadcasted all over the fucking planet. This is hard. And you think it's somehow harder to talk about that someone uploaded a TikTok video? And by the way, she didn't even say your name. Like, you're so unhinged. It's absolutely madness. And you complain about it, you felt shunned. I'm not sure if you have really thought this through. Like, you just absolutely trash talk law and crime, right? And I know somehow you managed to unite people all over the internet to just completely dislike you. I mean, I think the last time someone managed to do that was actually Meghan Markle. And you remind me quite a lot about this because she also tries to sue everyone who doesn't like her and who says that she's unlikable. Oh my God, let's sue someone. I mean, maybe you should team up with her or something, you know? But the other thing is, like, I even find myself agreeing with people where I never thought I would agree with them ever. But at least, yeah, somehow we all figured out that you are definitely, I can't even say it out loud, like, beep, you know. I'm just saying. And if you thought it was uncomfortable for you before to go into a courthouse or crime con because you felt shunned, Lauren, I'm not sure if you realize what you have brought onto yourself. I don't know how you ever want to set a foot into a crime con event without getting actually shunned by everyone because you thought the worst thing in your life would be that someone uploads TikToks where they don't even name you. Like, I can't believe it. Like, do you look at the complete shitstorm you have right now? I can't believe it. You know what? No one would have paid attention to this TikTok account. Like, this is so ridiculous, but you literally made it go viral. You know what I find one of the most concerning aspects of the whole thing? Mm-hmm. You have someone who has apparently a PhD in psychology, right? And he doesn't stand up and say enough is enough and at least gets Grayson out of this whole situation. Mm-hmm. Grayson is so young. Why does this video actually look like a hostage video, right? And this weird enmeshment between Lauren and Grayson, what's even happening here? There is no professional boundary, it looks like. Like, what is going on with those guys? Like, she is not a carer for Lauren, but it seems that's her new role now, the protector. And why does someone with a PhD in psychology call a 24-year-old young woman who should be a producer of a podcast and just basically putting the responsibility onto her to take care of Lauren, yeah? She's in a very bad cuckoo place. Like, what on earth is even going on? Like, you're the psychologist. Like, take care of your wife, yeah? Don't put it on a 24-year-old. And just to see how paranoid Grayson got. Blimey, you know what? I can't believe it. I hope she sues you at some point for emotional damage done to her.
Okay, I didn't know that was playing either, y'all, but hey, all recent, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is really embarrassing, actually. But I did have somebody send me some help, and I'm like about to do the thing to slow the chat down, and then oh my god, we're like what 30 minutes in already. So sorry. If you'll just hang tight real quick. I'm a boomer. Okay, gonna go to YouTube Studio and start or edit a live stream. On the right hand menu. Whoa, hold up. Yeah, I just never have this problem, and not only that, YouTube is not a very I don't find it user friendly, but hey, that's me. So this is just different. Home tab and that. Anyways, I'm like, oh, it'll be right there, and then it's not there, and so there's that. On the right hand menu, click edit. What right hand menu? Let me go to my dashboard. Right hand menu. Right hand. Edit. There's go live, upload videos, and create post. I don't know. But I see how many subs I have. This is crazy. Thank y'all. And anyways, we might just go with it because at least till I have a little break where I can do that. I don't know. We're just gonna, always wing it. And this is what we do. This is what we do at difficult research. Right, Colby? Right, Colby? Right, Colby. He said, right, Kresha. Anyways, you're a boomer? All right, good. Me too. Boomers unite, right? You know what it's like when you're, my kids are like, yeah, she's a YouTuber. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm not. No, this is just a little corner that I found where I don't know. I found my people, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my tribe and you guys are awesome. Sometimes we have bad apples, but that doesn't ruin the whole community. And just know that we're going to take our power back today. That's what we're doing. We are taking our power back because we give too much of it away, I think, and to the wrong people. And they take advantage of it. And it happens. It's going to happen again, unfortunately. But what do? You adapt and overcome. Don't sit there and cry about it. Definitely don't get bitter because we see what happens there. It doesn't fare well. But anyways, all right, now I got to try and get my mind right, right? This is just crazy, y'all. I'm overwhelmed with all kinds of things. Just your presence and thank y'all. I don't even know. It'll hit me later because that's how I work. But and Mom, it's good to see you here. I'm glad you're here. And actually Larry called me and he's like, whoever this blonde girl is, she is awesome, and I'm like, right? But I forget who sent that to me. Thank you. Whomever you are, you know who you are. This has been a very tough or difficult situation to navigate. Before I went live, I'm transparent. Like, this is just me, and I'm the same everywhere to everybody. I don't remember like having any kind of trial or where I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I text. I've been drunk before. So there's that. Drunk text, one thing, but not just every day being a bitch. Like, I just cannot imagine shit talking people every damn day and then wondering why she's in the situation she's in. Like, girl, whew. Okay, so before going live, because I am transparent and I don't give a shit. I'm not here for clicks and views. I appreciate you. I appreciate not being overshadowed, being, streamed over like Friday. I'm just saying. That's why I was like, I put a community post last night because I was like, okay, just wondering. Because this has happened for years now. Always getting barreled over, scheduling streams over you. And I'm like, they get to a point where they get to be a huge channel, right? And so then you got to maneuver. And so I just try to stick to my Sundays over here. Nobody really messes with me too much. That's not a challenge. But I wanted to bring this up because right as I was about to go, well, I'll say that it was about 6:15. If I took a screenshot of it, I would share it, but I didn't. I haven't had time. 6:15 p.m. I got a text from Trisha at Web Sleuth, and I mean, it just sucks. Lauren's okay with dividing the community, and so I'm not their mama. So that's up to them. I got to do what's right for me and my family and for what I'm doing here. And what I think is right and what I've seen so far, it ain't right. It's not, it's opposite of right. It's wrong, in my opinion. See how that works? You say, in my opinion, and you own it. And then you say, allegedly. And then that way it's not an actual fact, like saying that somebody is a fucking stalker. Are you crazy? Allegedly. Just saying it was, yeah, bad taste. Well, anyways, Trisha, Web Sleuth. Kresha, please read. Please do not spread misinformation. Grayson did not communicate with Lori Daybell. That's about as far as I got. And I was like, I don't even give a shit. I didn't even read past that point when I responded. She is devastated that this rumor is being spread. Please do not say this about Grayson. Here is a link to a post Grayson made on Reddit saying who was communicating with Lori. Okay, first off, I'm not like an extension of your little. I'm not a bot, like what the is real? What's going on, y'all? What is happening with everybody? Are they just? It's like inverted world, and it's a crazy world. I've been in it for about 6 years. And it's been a little scary here lately, with Dr. John just excusing Lauren, not holding her accountable, and even making shocking, questionable statements himself, in my opinion. Nobody is above the law. Nobody is above accountability. Nobody here is exalted. The only exalted people I know are in prison for the next 7 lives and or till death. So either way, till death. But that's where that got them. And so you might want to check yourself. And I'm saying that from a concerned, caring, confused point of view. Like, this is just what the hell is going on, y'all? It was like, it just was scary because it was just like, ew, Dr. John, the way he's handling her it's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to call that besides nothing I want to be around. And it's concerning for the child. I'm just saying, that's who I worry about. If anybody cares, like I'm sorry for saying like a lot. All right, it says, please do not say this about Grayson. Here's a link to a post Grayson made on Reddit saying who was communicating with Lori. Link, stand by, and I will send you actual posts. Well, thank you, Trisha. I've never seen. Now, look, I have not had a text from them or from Trisha. I'm sorry. I was last. Let's see. Last to text. I don't even know what day this was. August 6th. Okay. I mean, I've been on there, after that because I'd be in the chat or whatever. But I saw somebody somewhere say that I just showed up there behind Megan or whatever just for clicks and subscribers, and I was like, okay. I mean, I don't understand. Not everybody thinks in clicks and views. There are people here who appreciate the space, appreciate this, I appreciate the stage. I appreciate not being overshadowed or getting steamrolled by a bully. I appreciate this community because this community has been kicking ass ever since the 9-hour tell-all on everybody else. But she really told on herself, y'all. And that's the most eye-opening. It's really the most positive thing out of this is it was telling. Nobody had to tell you anything. Nobody had to tell you how to feel, how to think. You were like, this is not, something's not lining up. You go back, you listen to it, or you listen to some other creators who are reviewing it. That's how I've gotten through all of Lori and Chad's crap and all the Julie Rose, videos and podcasts. And oh my God, I'm up to my eyeballs in Mormon podcasts. I'm just like, if I could do for the rest of my life, I can go the rest of my life without hearing another Mike Stroud. Okay. I got it. I still have not done a video on that or a live stream, and we need to. But I always think, I'm like, it's boring to people. They're done, like they're gone, and I think it sucks that Lauren revealed herself this late. It would have been nice not. I have felt very invisible, and I know, like, this is not like, oh, feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel sorry for me. Like, it's just, it is what it is. This is my experience, and my experience does not appear to be the same experience that I believe my parents had, or that Colby had, or Aunt Vicky, or anybody else. You just take that and apply it to anybody else. That's not been my experience. My experience has been, oh my God, these women are horrible. They seem to be taking advantage of my family in every sense of the way, smiling in your face, stabbing on in the back, I mean, I could just see it. And it happens so many times in so many cases, and it's got to stop, or at least have some kind of safe word or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of organization to it without becoming a corrupted nonprofit organization. Okay. Totally against the corruption that's going on with these people. There's just got to be a better way. And I just think it starts right here by having the conversations that are difficult, hard, that nobody else wants to touch, or that people are going to bring the drama. I don't put up with drama. Take that shit somewhere else. Let's have fun. Let's make, they put themselves out there. You put yourself out there, Lauren. Okay. Mac Arches. Welcome to the shit show. Okay. Welcome. It sucks to be criticized, even if the criticism is true. That comes straight from your church. You're welcome. So you're not exalted. You're not exalted. And, you might look at it as me being mean or a bitch or whatever the frick title or label you want to label it. I'm sure that's already done. That's if you're even, that's even if you're not going to be a coward and not watch, get people to do it for you or something. I don't know. I don't know what your gig is, but it's not working for you, girl. And you need more people like me to keep your ass straight. Okay. Because you're not above criticism. You're not perfect. Oh, no, right? Oh my God. Yeah. You're welcome again. Here's your sign. You are not fucking perfect. Okay. Go have a good cry. And then turn off the fucking internet. Okay. Come back when you're healthy. When you can contribute again. I'm sure you could be a badass, somebody that would do great in this community. Imagine what you could have done. Where is your plaque, by the way? Where is your plaque? Don't be printing it on a 3D printer or nothing either. Where is the 100,000 subscriber plaque? It's not my original question. I'm just a conveyor here. Anyway, so she sent me a screenshot back to Trisha. And it says, oh, it's of, I guess, that Reddit community. And this is Grayson, allegedly. I don't know. This is just what somebody sent me. This is just what Web Slew sent me. Trisha. This is Grayson. I haven't been online all week. Okay. For the most part. Okay. Yeah. All right. But this was sent to me. For the record, this was not me. If any of you know Annie Elise, you are welcome to ask her. There is another key player in this group that you all can take a look at, though. Lindsay. We worked together with Annie for a very long time. I was with Annie for almost 4 years, and I still have a good relationship and lots of respect for her and what she's built, despite moving on to other things. I never followed or knew much about Daybell in general until 2025 because I was busy working on other cases while Lindsay covered the trials of both Chad and Lori in Idaho. I had to watch Sins of Our Mother before the Lori's latest trials to even understand the case. While I've seen the messages she sent to while I've seen the messages she's sent Lori, I believe those are none of my business and would never release them to anyone. If she wants to, that would be her prerogative. I wish nothing but the best for her going forward and will always be sad our friendship ended based on her actions. But, anyways, as for me, I choose to stand by victims. That's bullshit. Okay. If you did, you'd release the goddamn text messages. Anyway, she says that she stands by the victims, allegedly, and she does not support someone like LVD and would never tell her I have sympathy for her. I mean, well, first, maybe stop acting like LVD. All y'all. I just put y'all on a collective too, just like y'all do the stalker, the alleged stalker, right? Just it's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You got to combine them, you know. Sometimes they're separate, but sometimes they're together. Just it depends on where they're needed to fit a narrative or fill in a plot, you know, or wherever evidence is needed to be collected, right? Anyways, I'm tired of me, maybe not directly, but it's always affecting, okay? It affects me. It affects my family. It affects this case. It affects the public perception of this case. It's affecting it right now with your dumbass, stupid 15-year-old, not even. Let's go down to 12. Like just getting the woman thing going on, you know, the monthly, that kind of bitchy mean girl bullshit, okay? That was never me anyways, okay? I was just one of those people that I still have the same best friends I had in high school, still now, okay? Wow, I know, blessed. But we still interacted with each one of the cliques, you know, there's always the cliques. That's not me. I mean, I talk to everyone. I talk to anyone. That's just how I was raised. Lauren seems to act like a privileged white lady. Very privileged, though, with your 4 attorneys. That's really gross to be thrown around for people who can't even afford food. People are not going to have food stamps this month. Nonsense brought that up, and I remember seeing stories too. People are not going to have food stamps. If we're coming up on Thanksgiving, you know, holidays, you know, not privileged, not white privileged, and just throwing a bitch fit, okay? So a 9-hour bitch fit on top of another, and then just it's gross what you did. It's gross and it's disgraceful. It's disappointing. Disgust all the D's, okay? It's disgusting. All the things. Anyways, all right. I gotta get my on track. Anyway, so she left me a link and I wasn't going to talk about it. All I did was, oh, I know. Yeah, let me finish that. Trish. Sorry about that. Not to Trish, just sorry to y'all. I don't even know where it is. There it is. And I said, I mean, like I said, before I even finished reading, please do not spread misinformation. Grayson did not communicate with Lori. I'd already started replying and I wasn't even gonna, I usually don't. So, you know, I don't even know why I did. I was like, why would I even say that? And if it was, then who the hell cares? If it was great, I don't give a shit who's talking to Lori. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Bring them all. Okay, we're done with her. I haven't even read the text you sent me till just now, but I'm telling you, and then you can tell your girls to leave me and my family the fuck alone. now and forever. You all have done enough damage, don't you think? And then I put, that's rhetorical. And then she said, you asked, why would you say this? She says, because you retweeted on X. I just thought you would want to know that is misinformation. I wish, never mind. High road. High road. Sometimes you got to take the high road. They bring themselves down. You just got to give it to God. Okay. But anyways, I don't know. I don't even know where to freaking start right now. That just pissed me off a whole bunch of ways. Not letting them piss me off, but just feel free to say what you want to say. But if you're just going to like react and say, oh, what a bitch, or I can't deal with this shit. Just something that feels like it or might sound like it's aimed at the chat or, maybe something I'm saying. That way, try to I guess comment to where it's just open-ended and we're like, wait, who are you talking to? Is it where are you directing your anger? Direct it where it goes. If you got to use initials, if you have to, tell me out, whatever. I don't tell you how to think. Nobody should. And that's crazy. I'm not cancel culture, but I am about taking your fucking power back. Okay? And this is bullshit. Nobody should ever have to sit here and choose. That's a cult. That is called a cult leader. People who make you feel like you're indebted to them or you have to make a choice or, if you go here, then, oh God, don't let the other person find out. That's some bullshit. Get the hell out as fast as you can. I don't know what to call it. I just call it stuff I don't mess with. So I want this to be healing. We need to heal. We all need to heal. We've got to let this go. We don't need to carry the vitriol, the anger in our hearts. We don't need that shit. Our community in these cases do not need any more hate. Usually the victims have gotten the raw end of the deal, right? Wouldn't you say? Nobody's a favorite. Nobody got out alive usually. And okay, let's try to add something to people's lives, especially family members of victims. The people who are here when everybody else leaves, okay? And I knew that. I mean, that's just reality, right? People are going to go away when the story fades. When Lori fades into oblivion, that's the good part. But then also, what do you do with yourself? Like I've questioned, like, what am I doing? What do I even do now? Like there's always been something, hearings, trials, date, just always something moving forward somewhere. I mean, it's been a pretty busy couple years, half a decade or so. I mean, it's been crazy, but I just know that things were done, things were said, usually. And oh wait, let me just say this: never never confronted by Lauren or Lori. Not that I can remember. It's been a long time. Ask me back in 2021, 22, I'd have had a list because I mean, it pissed me the fuck off all the time. And I had to just pretend this was my way of dealing with it because I don't like drama. Okay. And these people are not people that you can talk rationally to, obviously, or we wouldn't be here. They are divisive, mean girls, maybe have some kind of issues that whatever they need to go handle before they insert themselves into the lives of people who are just trying to fucking breathe and live from one moment to the next. It's not the same experience for each family member. We all grieve differently. Shocker, right? So do normal people. Like everybody here, none of us grieve the same way. I mean, we're not celebrities. We're not famous. Neither are the killers. They're infamous and they need to be left in the dust, okay? They murdered people. They took the lives of people, of innocent people, unsuspecting people, children, people who could not fight back or, even have a fair fight for their lives, their lives. These are people you do not want to align with. You don't want to fangirl. You don't want to boost any goddamn ego. Okay. We need to deflate them suckers as fast as we can and on a maintenance schedule. Okay. We don't need to feed their books. I still continue, and I'm going to continue to, if Chad's going to write damn letters and his daughter and his son are going to freaking post them, I'm going to read them. I'm not going to make excuses as to, oh, I don't want to hear Lori's voice. Me the hell either. Guess what? I don't get to flip that off. So you're either with me or you're not. I'm not going to, you can't water it down. People are trying to water it down. How many of us are saying unalive? They weren't unalived. I'm sorry. They weren't. They weren't convicted for unaliving. They were convicted of murder. In the most egregious ways possible, right? They tried to delete or erase Tylee. They dehumanized every one of their victims. And I don't think they were going to stop. My mom was on the hit list. Ervil LeBaron had a hit list after he was dead that still happened. These things are real life. It's not a case. I mean, it is a case, but it's also, there was evidence that 3 members of my family, well, my uncle was murdered, then 2 were missing and with a crazy bitch. Okay. And so it's like, it's a blur. It really messes with your brain. It messes with your mind. It fractures your mind. It causes early dementia. It really it fucks with you. It does. That's the reality of it. I've never been so airheaded and spacey and we'll bring that up because that's something that I was sent. And you know who you are. I don't know if you want me to credit you or not for that, but I appreciate the heads up. Let me get to it. I don't know if it's real. You are grown people. You can decide for yourself. That's how I roll. Okay. I remember watching the Koberger things about what do we do? Do we, redact it or what the people are going to disintegrate and analyze. They're afraid that we're going to plow through it like we do, like we are entitled to do as of right now. If the thought police will stay calm down over there in their sector, But I mean, my thing is like people are either going to be responsible or not. Okay. I'm saying I'm an adult. You're an adult. I have this video. My channel is set to adults. Be an adult. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know. I just know what I was sent. And so I'm going to share it with you. You decide. It's pretty dumb. It's pretty lame. Well, I'll just say that. Hold on. Hey, Goldie. Let me go and switch to where I need to go, which is right here. So it don't look real, but whatever. This is an alleged, let me make sure it's showing. Yeah. This is an alleged screenshot that's going around. Lauren, to correct myself, I don't just roll my eyes at Kresha. What do you do, white girl? I find her actions despicable and destructive. I think I can handle it more because her brain doesn't seem to comprehend anything comprehensive. Well, I mean, why don't choose different words instead of comprehend and comprehensive, dumbass. Jordan and McKay know better. Mormon stories made J and K, yet they steal their slides, the entire show, and call it theirs without shame. Whatever. Okay. Go micromanage Mormon somewhere else. Okay. Molly Mormon. All right. Oh my God. I'm sorry if you are of the faith. I'm talking about the bad Mormons, okay? Do you know who you are? Don't lump yourself in with the bad ones, okay? And wouldn't you want to call these people out for the frauds that they are? I mean, that's kind of the point. bring them to the public square and treat them like the damn Salem witches that they are. Okay? Because that's what the hell this is. And I'm being serious, straight up. Y'all, I do a lot of research. I research the history. I've learned a lot. I'm like, oh. There's a lot of things that are hidden from not just the membership, I'd say the public at large. And this should be a public service announcement. I remember saying this a long time ago, like, it's not just a me problem. Like, yeah, my aunt was in a cult, da da da. Which one? You're like, which cult? Okay, cult within a cult. You can also, I learned that that's not very constructive. It's like telling I like it. This is my analogies. Don't take them, Dr. John. Anyways, but it's like telling an alcoholic that they are an alcoholic. It's like telling somebody who's addicted to drugs, pills, whatever, telling them that they are a drug addict. It's like telling a narcissist that they're a narcissist. It's like telling a cat, no, I'm picking. It's like a cat on a hot tin roof, because that don't jive. Charles tried telling Lori that she was being extreme. Okay. I mean, I've watched tons of those shows, Intervention. Who knows? There's probably some heinous shit going on in the background. Seems to be the case with everything else. But I'm just saying, it's like that surprise, a person has to want to be sober. A person has to want to see flaws and go get help for that, for, narcissism or whatever it is. That's kind of how I look at people in their belief systems, like, especially, this was my introduction to the Book of Mormon and the Mormon Church. They don't like being called the Mormon Church, but they're probably about to change their name anyway. So we'll see what the next victory for Satan will be. Anyways, and my opinion of that is that they changed their name in order to obfuscate, like, Lori and Chad, Ruby, Jody, all the bad Mormons. They give them a bad name. But yet, they actually do, the church allegedly sued or went after Heather Gay because she named her book or something, one of her things, she named it Bad Mormon. And I was like, that's perfect. That's poetic. But they don't want people to have a negative label, right? And don't think that they don't watch. They're watching. They watch. They have a whole committee that watches and alerts. It's just like Scientology a little bit. Let's see what else. So they're very in tune. Very in tune. When Tim Ballard blocks me on X and I'm like, I don't even know how to, at that point, it didn't work on my phone. The app did not work on my phone. I was like, well, you lucky I've been over here tangled up with Lori. Like, I've kind of laid off. This is really connected to a lot of negative and bad shit. It says Lori and Chad were part of a larger movement that I've been watching for 6 years. Now, I'm not the only one. It's like we watch different little aspects of it that are different. And they tie into Charlie Kirk and UVU. I mean, that's a given. Tim Ballard was a speaker for TPUSA, but it's not just Tim Ballard that's, a speaker. Or I think they cut ties with him since he was, he had women who not press charges. They sued him, and he's wiggled his way out of some things by technicalities. But the women that sued Tim Ballard claimed that, and I'm telling you this because these women say this and it's quoted for a reason. Listen to victims until they give you a reason not to. That's my advice. I do. I listened to Lauren till she gave me a reason not to. Welcome everybody coming in. It's so good to see you. Hey, no more remote viewing. Okay. All right. I'm trying not to do this. Okay. Because I throw myself off just like I just did. Yeah. So this is quoted. take it and really think about this, because they're telling you everything you need to know, and not just Tim Ballard. Think about this, please. And it's quote, "The anti-traffickers are the traffickers," unquote. That's it. That's all you got to know. So anything that they produce, try to sell you, grift, because the grift is strong. It doesn't end here. It just goes on and on and on. The grift is grift. What do y'all say? It's getting to look a lot like Griftmas, right? Anyways, Tim Ballard's movie, The Sound of Freedom, propaganda. It's made to line the hell out of their pockets and dupe you into opening your pocketbook. Okay. They're like, oh yeah, play a little emotional music, do what Lauren did. You have to strike, you have to present things a certain way to skew and to win over people, to manipulate people into buying into what you're selling. That could be anything. That could be essential oils. It could be, whatever. Fill in the blanks. But yeah, whenever money is involved, it definitely distorts it. Yeah, it does. Boy, you really find out who people truly are. And I'm just, again, I'm going to be positive about this and say that Lauren showed herself to us while she looked like she was in distress. She sounded like she was in distress. She sounded like she said apologetic things. She made it sound like she had a stalker, in her words. But so I watched that, and then she went on Duty Ron, and I was just like, okay, and I've just remember kind of stepping back a little bit. And I always review things through other people's eyes. That's my favorite thing to do. I love other creators and everybody has their own little way. So don't ever think that you don't have anything to offer, Jen Lou. Throw in. Okay. I used to think that too, but people don't always want to hear from the big YouTuber, with the 321,000 subscribers and no plaque. Okay. People want to hear, I like the small businesses, if you will. So that's where I go. That's where I support, the big ones too. I mean, everybody needs love if they deserve it, if they earn it, You don't owe anybody any, you don't owe me shit, You don't. I'm not monetized right now. This video is not monetized. I will after this, okay? Because I also have to make a living. I think that's fair. But I heard people complain about Lauren, her 9-hour live. Can you imagine having a commercial every 10 minutes or an ad break? I'm surprised she didn't and do her whole dream thing, I'm just like, oh my God, ad break, I fast forward through those things. I can't. That's why I pay for no ads. Didn't know anything about it. So I appreciate those who do, watch those things, because they do help. Every little bit helps. We're all here to make a living, or, what I'm saying, to at least break even and plug it back in, channel it back in, put it back into the channel. Yeah, it was very sad. I mean, you really find out about people. Well, I was already leery about some, I have been, I'm very observant. Like, I don't know. That's why I don't really, I mean, I reach out to those I feel I can reach out to. And then the rest is up to them or me, it's not always, I can see, like, sometimes I feel like I have like a scarlet letter in a sense, because it's like, oh yeah, like, she's part of the family. But then some people could take advantage of that, It just depends. I'm just pretty open, friendly, and I know what to share and what not to share. Sometimes I overshare, but I also know that it's not like I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's not anything I just like. I'm not like Lauren. Okay. I'm good. Like, I'm not getting wrinkles and shit over who I text and said shit about. That's the difference between me and her. Another one. How many of you are like that too? Yeah. It really sucks. I learned I was in a cult too of the United States of America. I'm like, oh, well, hell, what the hell? Anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm not political, but I could talk about politics too because I'm 47 and I'm an American and I live here and I breathe and have eyes. That's why. No, but most of the people like Tim Ballard, he does a lot of inner workings with the government side of this. And I actually saw a comment from one of the mods in Hidden True Crimes video premiere that railed right over mine. Thank you. Do they have one right now? I'm wondering. Whatever. Says more about them than me, but that's how victim oriented they are. I'm not a victim. Lauren will take that. But I'm just saying for some people know what they're saying. This is the telltale for me. When somebody is saying something, but they're not really, what they're doing is not matching what they're saying. Trouble in paradise. Run. Come over here. We'll pull you in for a little while. We'll have a safe house. We'll be like Julie Rose Safe House, and we'll have, we'll save you from soul trafficking. Just picking. What the hell? I don't even know some of the things that I have to say. I'm just like, what is so stupid? Right? Okay. So what I wanted to talk about, I know it's like 7 years later. Let me shut that. Well, first we can do this. While we're right here, let me share my screen. I am a boomer, Amber E. Oh, boom, boom, boom. I say, way-o, way-o. I like being on at Jay every day with Jay because she's got all the sound bites. Law and crime. I'm just like, oh my God. I love it. Love it. I know I'm leaving people out and I'm sorry. My brain doesn't work that way. Anyways, so this is interesting, I think. Now it's not like exact. Oh, it shows a 1,000 subscriber drop. I'm one of those. Are you? I'm not about cancel culture. I'm about not allowing bullies to just steamroll over everybody. Just, not everybody's experience is the same. I know that I've heard that before of people coming out of the Mormon church where, okay, like when President, what's his name, Nelson died. I mean, I've been researching into some alleged crimes by his daughter and son-in-law who Lauren happened to know. She's like, I know them. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see that text, and I saw it today and I was like, from a long time ago. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. That's weird. Interesting. Not weird, but interesting. You know these people, but you're a true crime channel and you're from that religion. And what am I missing? Oh, just the high profile? It's pretty high profile. Been going on since the 80s, allegedly. I'd be knocking that shit out. Like, if I had the platform, bet your ass. I mean, even with the little one, I'm organic here. We're organic. We grew organically. Nothing's bought. Nobody was coerced with a coercive control. Organic. But, oh, I didn't know. I have 2 people. Who do I bring up? Well, let me go. Well, what do I do? Let's see. All right, let me go over this real quick. And then I'll bring some of them up or maybe both. I don't know. Let's see. So this is just like about hidden true crime. You can go and check these. This is Playboard. They used to have another one, but I don't think it works anymore. And it says that like these are approximate also. And this is not really what I'm going to be focusing on, but like just to kind of say they rank 54 636 in the country. Anyways, total revenue, it says approximately $59,542. I'm just like, a month? I mean, what is that? Total, no, I'm kidding. Total last 7 days revenue, $557. Okay. Yesterday revenue, $10. I don't even know what this means. But anyways, it says 5,013 chats. I don't really know analytics, obviously. That's not what I'm really doing here, but just know that this is on Playboard, Hidden True Crime, and you can just kind of check out their analytics. Although obviously I need to brush up on my skills. But I found this to be interesting. Interesting. So every channel, you have a space where you can basically type in all the things that kind of like hashtags, when you type something into the search bar on YouTube or Google, because they're the same owners, basically. It will, like, by doing this right here, it'll help YouTube's algorithm feed and find its viewer. It'll find you. It'll say, oh, John is interested in this, so it'll send that to you. You get kind of keyed up that way or matched up that way. Well, I found it interesting because Lauren, she's claimed that she's an ex-Mormon. Okay, whatever. I remember when she cried, which I thought was so insensitive, especially with the kids and how all that went down. I was like, and I wish I'd have pulled it up, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it really pissed me off. It really pissed me off. And I say that. I know that religion is sensitive. I understand and I respect that. So are human beings that are missing that are children. And to me, if you're going to be in this space and I'm victim oriented, and you're going to be this authoritative, huge platform, that claims all these things, don't cry about your feelings being hurt about your church because you feel like you're being persecuted. First red flag of many. This bothered me because I was like, what? But it's okay for my family and me and friends of the victims. It's okay for us to come into your chat so you can name drop, right? It's like a trophy. Oh, hey Kay, hey Larry. Oh, bullshit. Hey Colby. Just I used to buy super chats to make her read my name because you're going to say my name. You're not going to pretend like I don't exist. You don't do that to people. That's abuse as well, Lauren. That's abuse as well. And I'm not the only one that experienced it. People saw that. People see right through you, honey. You need to get yourself together. You'll be glad you did. Anyways, it just I would go and all right, $20 here. She likes to work for money. She like, and make it clap for daddy. What is it? Anyways, I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't know if she's intimidated by me. I don't know what her deal is. I don't know if she even knows who she is. And I understand. I remember not knowing who I was. Anyways, that was a long time ago. But you're supposed to get better with age. You're supposed to grow wiser and then out of these things, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Some people really love drama. Some people feel important. Some people get the adrenaline rush. I get stomach cramps, I'm like, "Oh my god." Anyways, I don't like it. It's stressful and ugly and it's wrong. It's mean. But it also tracks for me with these women and these men who pretend they're holier than thou, they're righteous, and they hold a priesthood. Chad held a calling in the church. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people have heard so many different ways. Oh, he was excommunicated. No, he was not. he was disfellowshipped, and not until he was well into his preliminary hearing. Okay, August of 2000, a couple months after the kids were unearthed. All right, so there's that. He held a calling. That means his higher ups, in the church, they had discernment to know that he was worthy enough and good and all that jazz to serve under a bishop in the church meeting house. He had an office. Okay. So he had keys and he used them according to Heather Daybell's testimony. So don't let people tell you, oh, no, 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 no. They distance them all the time. They don't acknowledge the victims, period, even though they were their actual members. That's sick to me. Now I dare them to. I'm like, I dare you. Don't even do it now. It's too late. Just saying, it's just been a really weird situation to navigate. I'll get to that too. All right. But yeah, so let me bring I'm gonna bring mom up. Oh, hey mom. Clearing your throat.
Oh, thank you for giving me a warning.
Oh wait, you have a window open.
Oh,
There's 2,460 people here. Oh my god.
Yes, there are. No,
Shut
I don't know. I don't know is it still open? Now I can see the comments on my phone. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't hear an echo.
My camera is not on.
Okay.
Okay.
Mom ain't turning her camera on, y'all. She's like, I'm not dressed.
I'm in my jammies, no makeup. Yeah, no. It's
Look,
Sunday night. I'm chilling. I brought Todd back to the rehab today after his 48-hour pass, and we had a lovely visit and ready for him to go back. He was ready to go back, and he's got 8 weeks left to go. Then he'll be cut loose, and he's gonna be working. So he's doing great. I'm so proud of him. And I'm so proud of Kresha too. She is doing an amazing job. And I tell you what, in the last 6 years, she's really come around. She's really matured. She grew from this. This was a big growth for her. And actually it was a big growth for I could say for my family, because I'm not the same person I was 6 years ago. I'm totally different, but yeah, I still don't know who I am quite all the way yet, but I'll figure it out. I still got a little ways to go. I'm working on it. So
yeah, I'm proud of you too, Mom.
Thank you. So can I talk? I don't want to interrupt you.
You're fine. I'm giving you the stage. Oh,
I'm echoing.
Go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. So I have for a long time sat quietly, and I have been bullied by so many people, but I'm going to bring one person into this. But in the beginning of this, in January 2020, this was all fine. JJ and Tylee and justice for Charles and Tammy. That's what it was. And then, I connected with Annie Cushing in January of 2020. I'd met her in 2006 in Fort Lauderdale with Charles and Lori and the kids. And I really didn't hang out with her or anything. She was really hanging out with Lori. And I just remembered her red hair. So then we get to Dr. Phil, and there she is. And I'm like, okay, wow, I wonder how she got here. I wonder why she's here. But then, okay, let me back up. Kresha gets it from me, people. I tell the story out of order. But in January 2020, Annie and I connected, and I was offered condolences and all that. Even though we didn't know where the kids were, not condolences, but I understood her heartache and that I wasn't accepting anything until there was a body, and I wouldn't. That's why I could not accept that. That was just my way of dealing with it. And so anyway, talked to Annie. I said, hey, I ran across some pictures. I think this might have been February of 2020. Hey, I ran across some pictures that Lori had, or I don't know where they came from, y'all. There's been a lot that's happened, and I just can't remember every little detail. But I'm trying not to. I'm excited, but I'm aggravated all at the same time.
Take your time.
Anyway, I found these pictures of Joe Ryan and Lori's wedding picture in Kauai or Hawaii, wherever, and then a couple other pictures of Joe Ryan. And Annie asked me, "Oh, well, could I see those pictures?" Because I told her I had them, and I sent them to her. Well, then the next thing I know, they're on, I don't know, Fox, CNN, whatever, with her name at the top, Annie Cushing, like she produced those pictures, which she didn't. I did. I found them in Charles's things. I sent them to her. But okay, that's no big deal. That's pictures, whatever. If she needs that, let her have it. No big deal. So then, at some point, I noticed that there was a rift it's like the community, all JJ Tylee, let's find JJ Tylee, and Justice for Charles and Tammy. There was a big division. And then I learned that Annie Cushing has a channel. And then Annie Cushing is bashing Colby, me, Charles's two older sons, Cole and Zach. And I don't know what happened, but I think a cease and desist letter was sent to Annie from their mother, and she left them alone. But anyway, she continually bashed us till finally one night she did a 4-hour YouTube. And I sat there and watched it. And I was so anguished and angry, and I just wanted to punch her in the face. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? What did I do? And Larry said, Kay, she didn't do anything. She did nothing. You did everything you were supposed to do. And so therefore she's pointing out everything she's thinking you didn't do. He said, she's just, that's what she's doing. And sure enough, she had FOIA docs, the Freedom of Information Act documents that were dropped from Chandler, I guess, and I don't know when that was, but she's a data analyst, and she had a lot of people going out and finding information for her through her channel or through her connections, and they brought her all this information. And then from that, she put together a narrative in which I did everything wrong. I didn't say anything about JJ. I was all about the insurance money, and I was all about this. I was all about that. And then I'm like, what is wrong with her? I mean, it anguished me. I was so mad, and my feelings were hurt. I've never been bullied like that, at least at that time, to my knowledge. And then okay, so I can't let that static on the side. That's just white noise over there. I can't even hear it. I've got justice to deal with. I've got to find the kids. I've got too much to do to let that kind of crap on the side distract me. And so I just came back over where I needed to be, dealing with the things I needed to deal with to help this case along, or to do whatever I needed to do to help in any way. So then, all this time we spent time with Lauren and John. When we would go to Vegas, we would always go visit them, which was like once a year. Then during the trials, we would see Lauren, and then after the trials, I don't know. I know we've seen them less than 10 times or so. I'm just guessing. But anyhow, what do you need? I'm hold on a second, Kresha. Okay.
Oh, okay. I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
No, Larry was
not
talking to me.
Oh, I'm like, not a hot mic moment.
I had him down under my legs so nobody could hear.
Anyway. It was funny when he called while I'm tanking. I'm trying to figure out how to slow the chat down. And he's like, hey.
Who are you talking to?
I love it. That's awesome. Okay, I'm backing back out. You're doing great.
Okay.
And yes,
so
this
anyway,
is for anyone just joining. This is Kay, and this is JJ's grandma, Troll's sister. Okay, I'm going.
I'm just laying foundation for all of you out here okay, so that's the Annie Cushing part. And she didn't, anybody that listened to her and believes all the crap she was putting out, I'm here to tell you it is her narrative. And she's pulled down all of her videos and stuff, I've heard. But I have that 4-hour one that she did on me, and I don't remember what year it was in. But anyway, I have it. But I just, again, okay, we already talked about that. So here we go. We're friends with John and Lauren. We spent some time with them. Every time we'd go to Vegas, we'd eat a dinner, or we went to their house a couple times and recorded a couple of videos. And we told them what we didn't want public, because not everything we talked about we want public. It's not everything I talk to Kresha about is public. Not everything I talk to my doctor about is public. Not everybody that I've talked to the person at the store that I paid for my candy bar. That's not public. It's my private conversation with them. But if you get my drift, I don't know if I'm expressing that correctly or the best way possible. But anyway, let's fast forward to Lori's trial in Boise. And here, I mean, the strength.
You do it so perfect.
JJ. What? Hello?
I did that on accident. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna play this over. It's just I'm gonna mute the sound on it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, so we spent time with John and Lauren and Banks, and we just there throughout all this, there was always I got so much support from so many people on John and Lauren's channel, on Kresha's channel, but I didn't go on Kresha's channel very often because I couldn't understand what she was talking about. She was head down into her research, and she would talk to me about it, and I'd be like, what? I'm like, Kresha, please, honey, I can't, I just can't take on any more information right now. I said, someday I'll be able to catch up with all this, and I just can't right now. And okay, Mom, okay. And so anyway, we did all the talk shows and all that mess. And all this time, we kept the spotlight on JJ and Tylee and Charles and Tammy and on Brandon. And somehow, and I don't know when it happened, but where did JJ and Tylee and Charles and Tammy go and Brandon go in Lauren's videos and in her on her channel? At what point is she using my names, using pictures of us and saying, "Oh, we're great friends with the Woodcocks," when she's trying to prove that she's got a good reputation? When I don't understand it. I don't understand what she's trying to prove. But all I know is anytime I put on one of these videos, that the 9-hour one I happened to stumble on one night, and I listened to 20 or 30 minutes of it maybe, and then I'm like, oh, this is just crap. I'm not listening to this. It was her crying about her being stalked, and I do know about the stalking. I do know a lot more than I let on. And Lauren wasn't stalked. She was doing it.
In your opinion, allegedly.
In my opinion, she had a lot to do with it herself. In June of this year, we had a conversation, Lauren and I said, yeah, I hear you trash talk this. I said, but you know what? I'm turning my head. But Lauren, I'm telling you right now, you need to keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, and work on your channel and work and be with your family and leave this alone. It will blow over. And I was very sure she understood what I said. And she obviously did not, because then it got even bigger. And then I've learned that her stalker, and I'm not going to use names, but the stalker that she claimed was stalking her hadn't even posted a video on TikTok since September. And then just things that were not a part of all this. It's like puzzle pieces just got getting put together. And I'm like, here, you are a damn fool, okay? You have been used. You have been exploited. And I've never liked that word. And for a long time, I didn't feel that way. I felt like we were getting our story out. We were making Charles and JJ and Tylee, we were bringing life to them because we could talk about them. And Colby talking about Tylee more than we did. That was his sister. And I mean, Colby's the biggest loser in all of this. He is, my God, I can't imagine being in Colby's shoes. But I am so incredibly proud of him because he has landed in a good place. He's still got a ways to go. We all still have a ways to go. But he is headed in a very good direction. And he's doing so good. And I can't express how proud I am of him. But anyway, in the meantime, here we are. Just Lauren's having a 9-hour meltdown on TV, where she was able to air videos and do commercials, and that just seems set up. That just seems very scripted, very disingenuous. I don't know. Convenient. Okay, thank you. And again, I didn't know till 2 days after that 9-hour live that it was 9 hours, and I was like, what What do you mean? 9 as in NINE hours? I couldn't believe it. Janine told me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Janine, did you sit there? You really listened
I
for
did.
9
I
hours?
did. I did. Oh.
And she said, well, yeah. And I was like, girl, you're a good woman, I can tell you, because there's nobody I don't think I could listen to for 9 hours.
But
And
I learned a lot. Like, I was interacting with chat. I was getting out my own feelings, and how it looked, because I wasn't really paying attention. I never really do. I never absorb things immediately.
I
Whenever I
know
get off
I'm this,
here, I gotta go and process everything still.
you get
It's
it
just,
from me.
yeah, it sucks, the fog brain, but it's not immediate, and that's why I don't react immediately. I'm not a knee jerker anymore. I used to be, but I just remember like in my feelings, because that's what she was targeting, and she succeeded, in my opinion, in my case, like in my experience, and I let her, and I was trying
Mm,
at that time to just let bygones be bygones, because 6 years, it's been 6 damn years. And obviously, I'm the only one with a effing problem. I mean, I know there's others, and I knew that, but they were all gone. It was just like, okay, well, I mean, it must be me. Maybe I'm just finding some flaw in her, and I've already forgotten a lot of the things that happened in 2021, when
exactly. Me
her and Lori
too.
Hellis, but I do
Yes.
have a human
Yes.
receipt for that, sitting backstage too, and for, when it's time for that, and she's the other side of the story, and it's
Yeah.
Awen Reese, and she's here, and I'm glad, because
Oh,
there's
okay.
there's 3 sides to every story, not just because there's 3 people
Absolutely.
that were involved
Right.
in that, or that I'll be mainly focused on, but there's 3 sides to every story, period. There's his
There's
side,
yours.
her side, and then the truth,
Exactly.
you
Yes.
know?
Larry says
And I
that
know
all the
people can be
time.
biased, but some people can be just downright in denial.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, and I mean, I don't even try to pretend to worship anybody, no human, I'm just like, I don't worship
Right.
anybody.
I
I
don't.
appreciate their work and what they contributed, whatever it is, however we run and cross paths, but I never am like, "Oh my god, I just can't let go of this person," Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is
Mm-hmm.
freaking me out all over the web and all over the world, I mean, it happens all the time, politicians and celebrities, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? What's going on here?" You know? I prefer
Mm-hmm.
truth and reality versus, uh, I can't even freaking delusion. There you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Imma give it back to you, and you're doing great. I mean, I'm glad.
Well, I mean, look, I love Lauren. I mean, but I'm very hurt by her. I think she needs to be humbled. Um, she needs to back up, and she needs to do just what I told her to do back in June. Let this crap blow over. Quit bringing it up. She made it bigger herself. It wasn't the stalker that did it, and I don't. She wasn't really being stalked. An ugly text or whatever on TikTok or whatever, that's not being stalked. You want to know what's being stalked? People sending you shit saying you need to pay Donna Serafina $20,000 because she solved the case. That's being
Oh,
stalked.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I got
Forgot
plenty
about
of
that one.
those. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
I oh yeah, and then yeah, and by the way, if anybody knows Donna Serafina, no, we did not pay her $20,000 because law enforcement said they don't even know who she was. They didn't. They don't know what. Don't be there
That's
paying
not
anybody any
how
money.
the It's not how the legal system works. That's not how our judicial system works. It's
Well,
not by
it's
I mean, I
it's
appreciate her. I appreciate what she did, but I also
yes.
despise what she did because she caused stress, you know?
She caused a lot of stress and putting out on just going out on some channel. I forget who it was. Some. Anyway, and there were like 50,000 people watching. It was New Year's or New Year's Day or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, look at this crap she's saying about me.
Threatening to release our personal
her
phone call.
dog,
Yeah.
listen, her dog died. Her bills weren't paid for 3 or 4 months because she was working all on this case. And I'm like, well, that's not our fault. That was her that chose to do what she did, and her dog obviously got sick. I'm sorry about that, but it's not my fault. It's not our fault. I only know to go by what law enforcement was telling me, and if she has a problem with that, then she needs to bring it up to law enforcement. I'll give her
Mhm.
$20,000 if they back up what they said, what she said.
Right. It was already put
But
up.
no,
And it
I'm not the
was it
villain here.
it was a certain amount, right, that the police, advised you to put up, right?
Right.
A
Well,
lot
they
of
didn't.
people
Okay.
have
They said,
misunderstandings about that.
they said, I said, I asked the FBI, I said, I don't know how much to put up. I have no clue. I'm like, how much do y'all put up? And they said, we cannot advise you on this, but what we can say is we put up $20,000 normally. And I said, okay, then that'll work for me. They didn't advise me, but I heard that $20,000 number and it sounded good to me because I didn't know. I've never done that before. I've never put up a reward for anything before, much less 2 kids. So all this was a first. All this is a first. This is a first what I'm doing right now. All this is a first. I've never been a victim like this before. I was thrown into a, hello, Allie, how are you? I see her, that Allie, she waited on Larry and I in Boise at Ruth's Chris there downtown. She waited on us all the time. No, that's not Allie. Okay, never mind. I'm confused. Anyway, that's Natalie Stewart. We're cousins. Anyhow,
Oh my god, I'm like, "What?"
I'm sorry.
I'm muted, so no, I'm muted, and so
I saw it on the screen, and I went off totally. So sorry.
that's
Um,
okay.
but I mean, I had never done that before. I've never done any of this before. I've never been thrust in the spotlight before, ever. I've always been one who is fine to be in a room and be the wallpaper. That's me. Larry's the one who's the one in the center of the room talking to everybody. Okay, that's Larry. I'm the one up the wallpaper, and we're thrown into all this, and it's sink or swim, people. And we had a message to get out, and that was to help us find JJ and Tylee. And all the while, I'm dealing with the death of my big brother, my brother, whom I was very close to. And I never even had time. And then we were selling our company at that time. And that was a 6-month ordeal. And I mean, it was like, holy
And
shit, how much can a person take?
oh, don't ask that question, that's a
I
rhetorical
know,
question.
no, I
That's
don't
like the
ever ask
universe is
that.
like, "Here you go."
And
But y'all were
never say
broke,
you're
right?
bored.
Y'all
We
were
were
broke and bums, right, before the
Oh
$1,000,000,
God,
right?
no, we were
Right,
far from it, and we were doing
exactly.
just fine. So whenever we buy a new car, we have our own money, and
Exactly.
everybody
For
thinks,
whatever
oh,
reason.
they're just pissing it off because they can. No, I don't piss money off. I don't. It's against my
She
DNA.
don't. She don't.
So anyway, but
Very
I mean,
frugal.
we've been accused of many things, and it's like whatever. You know what? I don't even know you, and what you think of me doesn't even matter because I just don't care. I can't care what everybody thinks. But I've had to really grow a thick skin. I've had to live 6 years of pure hell, and not go I remember when this started, when they found the kids, and then talking to the prosecutor about all that and how long is this going to take, and well, um it can be 5+ years, and I'm like, 5 years, no way. Oh no, ours isn't going to take that long. No. Well, it did. But we lived through it, and it was hell. And it was you just get, like, after Lori's trial in Boise, you start getting okay, it took 3 months normally after Lori's trial before I felt human again. It just totally, I can't tell you how it just wipes you out emotionally, physically. I just did what I had to do. I went through the motions of life because I had to. I had to do certain things. And then Chad's trial starts coming, and that was in March or April of 24. And so 2 months before his trial, I started feeling, oh, it's coming. And now I've got all these worries, and where are we staying, and what are we doing? And thank God we had a place that we stayed in again, the same place we stayed at for Lori's trial. And it was a very good deal for what we could do without renting a whole apartment for 6 months or something. But anyway, it's just, the trial lasts 6 weeks, but the effects before and after each trial, that would be probably about 6 months of my life, going from getting ready for the trial, a couple of months, then the actual trial, and then testifying. And then that was, oh my God, I've never been one to want spotlight on me at all. I've never been in front of a court, in front of a judge. Oh wait, I take that back. I did one time in Las Vegas, but that was a different deal. And but nobody was there, just the judge and anyway, just a handful of people. But anyway, then there's the after trial, where we come home, we settle down, we start getting our life back together, and it's just exhausting. And then it takes several months, a good number is 3 months. And then I start getting my feet back under me, and okay, now I can start getting things done. Now I can start, moving. And then it's just, then after Chad's trial, it's like, okay, well, here's Arizona now. Oh crap, oh crap. But oh no, Arizona's not going to be as bad, because it's not going to be as long. It's not going to be this, it's not going to be that. I'm telling this to myself. And then next thing I know, Larry's like, hey, I'm just going to stay home with Ellie, because we're raising our 10-year-old granddaughter now, and we have her full time. And so, I mean, one of us had to stay home, and it couldn't be me. So he's like, I got this. So Larry, my rock, is home with Ellie and Ashlyn, our 19-year-old granddaughter, but she's pretty much on her own. She comes and goes and unloads the dishwasher when she needs to. And she does her jobs around here. But so I'm over there by myself. I mean, I have my brother Bob, Jerry, and my sister Susan with us, but it just, he's not there to hold me. He's not there to hug me. He's not there to say, "You got this. Come on now," or for me to be worrying about him because he's having a bad day, because he's stressing out really bad over something. And so I was off. It was a very off feeling, and I did not like it. It was just very just up. It was an upheaval to me. And so anyway, so these trials may last, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever. But the effects of them last way longer. So I mean, I'm just telling y'all that because just in case you ever have to deal with something like this, it is, please have a therapist, please, a professional therapist, because without her and without all my friends and my family and all our supporters around the world, we'd have never gotten through this. But I can officially say now that I am through it. I am, otherwise I would be talking to you right now, because I could never address this kind of crap, because it took what little energy I had to live. I didn't have the energy to even get on here and even think about commenting on this kind of stuff from Lauren. I'm sorry to see what is happening there, but there were a couple of things that really broke the camel's back here. And when I heard when I saw she compared herself to Charles because nobody's listening to her, I call bullshit. That was so disrespectful. It was unconscionable. It was so wrong. Don't claim to be there for the victims when you're claiming to be a victim yourself and using a victim as your comparing yourself as to your of being a victim. My brother, come on, what the hell? Think about it. Where do you get off doing that? That, no, I call bullshit. That was it. Then I'm gonna mention Tylee. That's really Colby's gripe, but I can tell you from an aunt standpoint, that was the same thing. You are not outspoken like you don't even know Tylee. How can you? No, it doesn't. No, you shouldn't say a word. And then let's throw in Charlie Kirk in the mix. I didn't know him, but and I know you probably didn't know him, but still, there you go. There's another one. Just stop. If you're really there for the victims, like us, like you say you are, like Lauren pretended to be, and then she'd walk around us and trash talk us. And I do know that. And I do know it wasn't AI. I know it was real. And she can talk all around it for days. And I don't care. I don't care. But I know the truth. I think, and John, good Lord, John, I worry about you. I worry about Banks. I am concerned about you and Banks. John, you can call me tomorrow. You can call me anytime, but I want to talk to you alone, me and Larry and you, because we need to talk. And I can explain this a lot better. Anyway, John knows. I'll tell him how it is because he knows that's how I am. The other part of this was when Lauren started attacking Gigi. Holy crap, that was a red flag, like, woohoo, I'm messed up over here, I'm attacking Gigi. Gigi is as genuine as they come. She is as good-hearted as an angel. She's not perfect. She's had tough times in life, just like we all have. I've talked about people here and there, but I don't make a habit of it. And I used to do it more, but I've learned over the years, shut up, shut your mouth. You can think what you want to think, but it's not up to you to be talking about it. It's not up to you to judge these people. So just shut up and keep it to yourself. And so I do for the most part, unless it's like maybe me and Larry, then I'll say something. But but I'm real. I'm human. So I just hate to see this hard work go down for them. For John, Lauren is the one committing, as I say, committing. Not that word. She's the one that is hurting the channel the most. She's the one that needs to be the professional journalist. She is being anything but a professional journalist right now. she can be not professional in front of me and Larry when we're right there in front of them and we're talking and stuff, and she can, and that's human. But when we leave and you're talking trash about us, I mean, oh my God, come on. That just, and you say you're there for the victims? No, you're not. We're just another person you're talking about and trash talking because it makes you feel good because you obviously don't feel good about yourself. People that put other people down, put everybody down, they don't feel good about themselves. That's just a, John, you know that. That's a psychological thing, and you see that. But anyway, I need to be careful. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure I have a lot more to say, but I think that that'll get, for the most part, that gets everything off my chest. And I'm just glad to get that off of me. I've wanted to say, I wanted to speak about Annie Cushing for a long time. I've wanted to speak about Donna Serafina for a long time. And not so much Lauren, but in the this short time since early since this year, I've really been watching, and then I could tell what something's going on here, something's going on here. I'm like, there's all this drama over there, and then it's about she's attacking these other podcasters, and then now she's being attacked. But then she's talking about a documentary on her 9-hour meltdown. Are you kidding me? She's talking about somebody in Idaho, in Boise, when she was there for the trial. I can't remember who it is, but she's talking about them too. She name dropped a few times. I can't think of the name right now. And I'm thinking, what is she doing? She is causing all this over here as a distraction from something that she talked about in that 9-hour meltdown, but I don't know what it is because I am not going to put myself in that place and have to listen to her for 9 hours. Not going to happen. Somebody,
Yeah,
I don't need to
we
know.
didn't learn anything either, Mom. I'm just saying. We learned that Lauren outed herself, and we were like, "Oh, wow, we found the criminal."
How
Allegedly.
she's yeah, and but there's more to it than what she's this stalker
Oh,
crap,
yeah.
and there's
Can you
more to it,
imagine?
and that's where the real story is. Okay,
Oh,
it's not this stuff over here with this her being mean, Lauren being a mean girl,
right.
and then
She'll
being
wanna write
stalked by a
she's
mean girl.
she's gonna want if somebody wants to write a book about her, when it does come out, she is gonna trip. She's gonna trip out. Yeah,
Well,
look, see, there's my comment on her live. She's like, "I love you, Kresha," and I'm like, "Oh, Lord." I'm
who?
just really
Wait,
talking on the
what?
chat. On the chat. I mean, like, I have her video playing the 9-hour
Oh, okay.
live. Look, Lori I told Mom the other day, I was like, "We are here because of the crimes of Chad and Lori Daybell. Never,
Yeah.
ever have I ever witnessed a documentary, a a movie, a series, a Netflix, none of the things. I've never witnessed a live stream. I've never, not even a day of court or trial. Has it ever been 9 hours?" And I'm like Mom laughed. She was like, "Well, yours are like 4." And I'm like, "It's not about me, though. Like, come on." Like, I get it. I'm spacey. I get it. I'll be the first one to tell you, but it's like, it wasn't about me framing somebody else, victimizing me and me playing the victim and then guilt tripping this is a psychological operation right here. One woman show, and she decided to take everybody, and I've really thought for a minute that she was just trying to make one last bag, like, "Oh,
Mhm.
okay, I'm just gonna get in there and get it," because she knew she was going down, maybe, or I mean, she's still gonna have her devoted, "Oh, she's gonna change, forgive and forget," that mentality, but I cannot I just wanna look away. I don't have to do forgiveness or forget. I just wanna just move on, like
Well, I
Stop
did
doing this
have to
to
turn my
people.
head to get through the last few
Whew.
years, just to get through it
Well, I'm
when
proud of
others
you.
were attacking me, and I had, as
I
believe
was
me,
scared.
it was against my DNA. Just wanted to go. I just wanted to go hurt them, not kill them or anything. I was not threatening anybody. Just saying,
Right.
I wanted to go
Not you,
punch them
Lauren.
between.
Don't frame it that way, girl. We know you get
I'm
crafty.
I'm not talking about Lauren. I don't feel that way about Lauren. I'm just angry, and
Enough's
I'm.
enough.
She
At
needs
your
she
expense, at
needs
Candy.
to be
Mm.
humble. She needs to back up and look around and see what she's doing. She needs to self reflect, because I have to
Mhm.
do that on occasion, because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm being I'm being a bitch.
I
I
do
need
it
to
all the
shut
time.
up. I
Uh,
need to shut up. I need to, I've got to back myself up, and then I'll apologize to Larry. I'm sorry I've been being a bitch lately. I'm sorry. And he's like, well, thank God.
yeah. I
And
mean, there's
so
nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with introspection. That's good. I think it's healthy. I do a whole lot of
we
it, and
have to
I'm
do
not
it.
saying that just
And
because I just have always been like that. I don't know, but you can
yeah,
tell the criminals that we see, besides Lori and Chad, they lack introspection,
yeah,
it seems.
yeah. And I don't know if Lauren ever has done that, but I really think she needs to. I really think she needs um, someone to talk to, not John, but a professional therapist. Okay, separate from John. John's your husband. You can't tell him everything. Okay, I'm sorry, but you can't. You cannot tell your husband every single thing you think and feel.
Mm.
You just can't. Some things are just for
You would wanna
you.
protect him too, like,
Right.
is like
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
I
in
get
some
mad at
senses.
Larry, and I don't ever want to
Right?
I mean, I
I mean,
need
that's
my professional
normal.
therapist.
I think it's normal. I think it's weird and not normal if you don't have arguments. That to me, I'm like, something's going on there. I don't like I dated a guy one oh Lord, there go the tears. Ugh. I dated a guy once that ordered the same thing that I ordered, and everything was just like, "Well, whatever you want." And I was like, "Oh, I want out. I want out." Like, I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not good. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I hope they figure it out, but I just am tired, and I'm saying this, I'm not tying mine with yours. I'm just saying that I'm so sick of feeling intimidated, or you don't know how the dynamics are gonna go in the community because there's a following, and then this channel that built up off the blood of my family, okay,
Yeah.
your family, our
Yeah.
families,
And
and
we help
our pain, and our
we
fucking pain. Sorry. I'm
our
talking
story helped build their channel. Our Me and
It
Larry's
built their channel. I mean,
approval.
she worked and he worked, I get it, but they built it off of the false pretense that they are victim oriented and, you know, victim
Yeah.
advocates, they're victim oriented, and they're here and they showed what they wanted people to see, and you guys
Yes.
and I hated it, and it tore us apart. I mean, it made me feel like, "Oh, man, I just don't." Like, I'm not your boss, right? You're my mom,
Mhm.
and so I'm
Mhm.
like, "What do you do?" Like, they're grown people, like, I can't it is what they'll figure it out, that's how I kinda got, but it took a long ass time. I'm like, "Come on." In the meantime, this one and I mean, I know y'all are who you are. You're gonna go, and if you see a child, that is your mama, papa, I get it. I have nothing against that, but I feel like it was weaponized, and I really don't think that's a far stretch nowadays by
Yeah.
this one in front of us. Like, it just and to hear, like, when Silas I'm sorry, what's their names? So when, the other our kids or whatever would hear that or see that, because I still watch my, uh, opponents or adversaries or people I don't care for. I've forced myself to watch and listen so I can know all sides of the story in order to, first off, know other sides of the story. to
Yeah.
understand the different aspects and perspectives. There's a lot of things that I didn't think about. This is not just one person's idea or analysis. This is a community effort, and I don't
Okay. Yeah.
care what anybody says. You know, this is Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe's stories that were cut short, that were stolen, that have well, damn. I don't know. Well, good, Potta. Anyways, I don't know if that's the real Uncle Jerry, but
Wait, in here?
I don't know. You never know, Mom.
No,
You
but
don't know.
where do you see? I'll
I
be
have
able to
it
tell
pinned
you
on
if
the
I.
screen. It says Jerry Vallow. Now I know why I don't watch your channel. Well, bye, bitch. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. That's why I don't feel like it's Uncle Jerry. But if so, he would understand what I just said.
Yeah.
But anyways, love ya. If it is you, even if it's not the
Mm-hmm.
real you, Uncle Jerry, I still love the fake Uncle Jerry. Whatever. Okay. But that threw me off. Damn it. Great job, Uncle Jerry. PD questions. Oh yeah, I saw his
Hey,
video
wait,
too.
wait, wait,
I
wait.
like watching.
If
Huh?
hey, wait, wait, wait. If it's the real Jerry Vallow, what was your high school nickname?
I don't
The
know it.
real Jerry Vallow. You don't know it, Kresha.
Nope. I think
Anyway,
Lauren just wanted to cuss and to show everybody she can cuss. Now she's like F bombing everywhere. It's funny.
yeah. She
I'm
can
telling
cuss.
you,
She cusses normally, just
not in the
not
public.
really. No, well,
Not in
I
the public.
understand.
Yeah, I agree with Lisa Marie right here. She says, "In the end, we are all glad that justice has been done, and Lori and Chad
Absolutely.
are will uh, are where they belong."
He that is Jerry. You
Well,
asshole. Why you don't like Kresha's channel, buddy?
go over there to your other person's channel. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or do whatever you want to do. You're old enough.
His nickname was Stick. That's it.
Uh,
And he even
oh,
spelt it
that is a
right.
little weird. I really want to know more about that. Why? No, don't say it here. Don't say it here.
Yeah. That's our
Oh
code
man.
word. Now it's our code word because I'm glad I thought of that. But
Sushi. I mean, what I wonder, like, I mean, is Larry okay with? I mean, I don't want you to speak for him either, but I mean, is he pretty disturbed about this
he is.
or let down?
He's since the when it came out about she was comparing herself to Charles and mostly Charles and Tylee. That's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's no, she crossed the line there. That's bullshit. And knowing Laura, she's gonna, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, and I was under stress, and I was this and that, and she's gonna make an excuse for it. I don't care, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's always an excuse.
But we're not fresh meat. We're not meat. You're not meat. And also another thing that should be talked about is, and this is from my experience, and then, you know, it looks like you, Larry, Colby, Tammy's aunt, you know, like other
Yeah,
people
Vicky.
experienced it
Uh-huh.
differently, right? Where Lauren, victim chooses. So like she chooses who she is going to ingrain or intertwine herself with, and then I've noticed this a long time ago. That's what she does. That's what a lot of these kind of people do. I'm not trying to lump them all together. It's just noticing a pattern, okay? And I'm saying it
Mm.
funny, but they ingratiate themselves in or just integrate into the story to where they become the victim. And I've seen it over and over and over again. I'm like, good, that's gross. They do it. They turn them the tears on, off, you know, get the super chats, uh, make their bank, then they close it down, and then they're assholes, you know, doing
Mm-hmm.
asshole things. And it's like, you know, but that's because I was able to be observant. And like I said, I was hyper focused. I was hyper aware because I feel like I was traumatized by that, you know, by this whole situation. And it
Mm-hmm.
just I felt
Oh
hyper
yeah.
vigilant, you know, just the PTSD kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it took me a long time to stop, flinching or and jumping, and I mean, a good bolt of lightning and a clap of thunder, and I'm gone. Heart attack,
Mhm.
But I mean, but I'm also, I don't know if you feel this way, how, people like this, for instance, having to deal with this shit. This is nothing.
It's
And I don't know,
nothing. You're
Colby,
right.
Kelsey, I don't know if y'all are in here. Like, this is like, fuck it.
This
I'm
is
sorry, but fuck it. What you
nothing.
gonna do? It's been done. Okay. And so
Yeah.
it's like, you can't hurt me.
This this is the static on the side for me. The what I've just lived through, what my family has lived through, but I am speaking only for myself. What I have
Mhm.
been through almost killed me at some point, and it
Yeah.
was hard, and it was I wouldn't even wish this on Chad and Lori. I
Nope.
wouldn't wish this. This was horrific. But I'm here. I made it. I'm through it. I still have work to do to get myself right because I'm 6 years older and I don't even know who I am anymore because I've been
Mm.
living that world for 6 years. So now um, I've got to, and I don't even know who I am yet. And so,
Mhm.
um,
Ever changing, ever evolving, That's what I wanna
uh-huh,
be. Ever evolving, never close-minded, I just want to seek truth. I wanna uncover it. That's something I
yeah,
promised to do. And, Jason's like, "You've been doing it." I'm like, "Well, not like I've envisioned it, okay?" But it's like, I'm not good at I don't feel I'm good at telling it, but I do make a lot of connections. I made some wild ones today that are pretty big, and I mean, it's gonna go to Crime Con, to, another true crime show. Um, it's gonna go to Charlie Kirk. It's gonna go all kinds of places. And it's like, "Whoa." All that from, just one little morning of listening to my corner of, creators who cover the things that that I'm interested in. And so, again, it's a community effort. I like to credit them. I don't like to take anything on as, "Oh, it's my idea. You heard it here first." I hate that shit. And it also would bring us to East Idaho news-ish area. It's interesting. It's a theory, Again, I
mm,
can only bring it, I can only try to weave it together or figure out how it's weaved together really, but I don't ever try to force anything. I just because that does no justice to the victims' stories at all, or anybody else for that matter. Like, what's the point of convicting a wrong person? Like, ooh, okay. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous for the public. It doesn't mean that it's yeah, I'm just making an analogy. It does no justice for the victims at all. And so I just want to tell their story, or I want their stories to come out, and because they were horrific, and in the end, everything let them down. But mostly, the person that they loved the most and trusted the most, like that is just the most betraying thing ever. And I mean, those last moments haunt me. And I know I don't try to stay there too long, but I try to center myself using kind of this method, where I just would they be proud of me? Would Am I doing it for the right reason still, or am I just being angry and cynical and lashing out? Do I need to push away for a little bit? Um, what am I doing? Like, am I even on the right damn path? A lot of
mm-hmm,
times, and because it seems like the things that I bring up, a lot of people, like you said, you're like, "What?" A lot of people aren't ready for that, and that's whatever. I get it. I totally understand. It's bursting from my mind, and I just don't even know what to do with it, and I already have a fractured, my speech, like, just my thoughts are fractured, I feel like I can't
mm-hmm.
sometimes connect one to the next, and I know it aggravates me. I know it aggravates people. But
I mean, I'm the same way. I am, and I'm 64 years old. I am old,
woo.
and I have that, and I sometimes, and I know this isn't a proper word anymore, but I don't know a word to replace it. So I'm just going to say sometimes I feel retarded because I can't think something through. I can't see all of something. I can't
Mhm.
step back to see all of I just I don't know. I'm just still like I said, I know I need work and I'm working on it. And
Yeah,
I don't know how much is trauma, how much is age, but whatever it is,
whatever.
everybody has trauma. Everybody
Mhm,
does.
and everybody has
Everybody's been
fault.
traumatized.
This
Huh?
woman cannot apologize. She did not, and she said, "I would apologize if I would if I knew tell me
Yeah.
what I'm doing wrong." You're doing everything wrong, Lauren, to be honest. This whole situation is inverted, and it's disgusting, and I mean, again, I didn't have to do anything. Nobody had to burn your effing kingdom down, honey, because you have the match and the gas can, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm being honest right here with everyone, okay? Like I
Mhm.
try to be, but I'm saying it out loud, the things that usually we don't say out loud. That's me.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I've enjoyed it a little bit because it felt satisfying. I felt vindicated. I felt like I had a safe space finally. Like I can say what I want. And I mean, there's gonna be backlash, whatever. I understand. I'm not being totally classy about this, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to sometimes just not be fucking classy about things and just be human and then just try to do better, you know? But
Yeah.
I feel sorry for her. She needs to right
Mhm.
the situation. I mean, how hard would it have been and how much different would it look if Lauren she knows she's admitted, okay, so many times within this 9-hour, whatever the hell this is, narrative that she called this woman, I whatever, right, wrong, or indifferent, that's not for me to judge, but you don't, okay, when Lori and Chad were awaiting trial, to be tried in front of a jury of their peers, one thing you cannot or you learn in this, one thing I learned in this, and I learned it from Awen, okay? She was like, "You have to say allegedly," and I was like, "Oh my god," and I was like, "Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly," like, I beat it into my mind, okay? And so I say it all the time. I know I get on people's nerves about it, but guess who's not gonna get sued? Allegedly me. I'm just saying, I'm covering my ass because you can't just say that because there's an assumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. So when Lori was convicted, yet Chad was awaiting trial, I didn't say murderer, 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 murder. You can't do that. Like, you can if you're above the law and rules don't apply to you. Or, with Lori, I said, "Oh, she's murder and he is an alleged murderer," until he was done. Then, okay, but then she went
Mhm.
for Charles and Brandon. I had to say she allegedly murdered my Uncle Charles. She allegedly attempted to murder Brandon. You have to follow the rules. That's a just society. Like, that's what the rest of us have to do. And so you're not exalted, Lauren. And there's that. Anyways,
Well, that I don't know anything about all that, but
I just taught
I
you.
mean,
Okay.
well, no, I just, I don't get into all that. I stay away from there.
Just always
I can't talk that.
when you say something like right now, you can also say facts. That's not defamation. So if I'm saying the facts, that's not defamatory. Nobody can sue me if I'm stating the facts that you can prove in a court of law. So this is my experience too. So, you know, she's willing. I bet she would be, on the level of producing when she produced the Janice or whatever, saying that Janice said that she can make fake screenshots. I was like, oh hell, what you got? You know, what you got, Lauren? Because it's like a projection. It's like that Darvo deflect. I suck at acronyms. Deflect. I, I don't know. I won't, I'll forget it. I forgot it already. But here's that screenshot again that I got. You know, I don't know if it's real. Does it matter? I mean, again, it's like expecting the
Well, I
Epstein
don't even
file.
know who John Jordan and McKay is. I don't know much about. I
Well,
don't
they're
know anything about
creators.
Mormon stories, and that I don't know anything about Mormon stories other than I've heard about Mormon stories. So that I really can't. I don't know. But you know, so that's for you to
No, I
talk
don't.
to. Talk.
Oh, it says
I
my
mean,
name is
about the
what I'm
text.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And so she is
and
belittling
she
you right
corrected
there.
herself. To correct myself. I don't just roll. She doubled down there too, just like her and John did,
Yeah.
apparently, in my
Your
opinion.
actions are despicable and destructive. Well, I find it
Goody,
destructive.
you're so Mormon and vanilla. Okay, now I understand your situation, Lauren. Anyways, um, whatever. I mean, again, it's like we're always, it seems these days we're always asking for them to drop the list, just release the list. Epstein, I'm like, it's just like these text messages. Yeah, they need to be dropped a long time ago. And actually, if Lauren would be mature, the mature thing to do would have been to go to each person that she talks shit about, and this is how you take your control back, I would say, where you take the power away from the person arming your nasty ass words, to extort you or whatever, to blackmail you, whatever. So you get ahead of that and you be the bigger person and you just suck it up, buttercup, and you go and you apologize legitimately, genuinely to your victims, Lauren. and and then hopefully, that's enough. That doesn't mean they have to forgive you. That just means you did everything you could to make sure that they felt that you were genuine and sincere about your apology. But that's not what Lauren did. So just think about that, everybody. Like, she went this whole other route to steer away from obviously, apparently, the vile things that she has said about people that she pretended to care about and that she made money off their pain. That
Mm-hmm.
pisses me off. I never really heard the word exploit until this happened, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized that exploitation is at the very core. It's like there's murder and exploitation go together. I mean,
Well,
they're hand in
though,
hand.
but okay. Let me stop there. Exploitation. I did not feel exploited by Lauren and John
Okay.
at all.
What if it
Now,
looked like it?
okay, well, but no, that's not exploitation. That's us saying, okay, yeah, here's our story. You go with it. And that's a permission. That's that's all of it. But now that she's getting her reputation attacked,
That's her fault. Mhm.
okay, now she's using our name to make it seem like, oh no, but Kay, make it seem like because
She had lunch with you the next day or something.
she's
Right.
name dropping me and Larry like we're her BFF when no, we're not actually a BFF. I mean, I don't talk to her very often, but I
Yeah.
do talk to her and I did consider her a dear friend. But again, she's taking advantage of us. But for some reason everybody thinks we are
Are okay with
credible,
it.
and which we are credible. We are,
Well, it's
but
because of
she's used
how this is. She's
right,
using
and she's
your
using it
name.
our name to make her look like she's credible, and she's got virtue, and she's
Yeah, she's a moral
whatever
crusader. I'm using their
yeah.
words. I
Yes,
love
thank
using their
you.
words.
Okay, thank you. again, I'm searching for words here.
And sorry.
So,
that was a phone number on there.
I mean, that's when she crossed my line. She crossed the line when she hurt Gigi. She crossed the line, and I still turned. I turned my head. She crossed the line when she was trash talking us behind our back. She crossed the line when she compared herself to my dead brother
and a murdered girl,
who was my
kid.
murdered brother, who I was very close to, and who I love very much. And then she's compared herself to Tylee, who is a 17-year-old girl
16.
who was sick. Well, sick. Okay, 16. I'm sorry.
She was brutally murdered, and
who was
there's
brutally
no
murdered,
freaking
and
comparison.
whose mother had kept her life, had kept strife in her life the entire time. And she always and I've learned this word, triangulated. She always triangulated Colby. Well, I'm not going to talk about Colby. That's for Colby to talk about. Sorry, Colby, if you're here, but
he's like, don't talk
I take
about
it back.
me. No,
I'm not going to talk about you. Other than to say
I
I'm proud
still
of
am
you.
going to say that Kelsey is the Lord's favorite. Okay, I always say that because Lori demonized her and others, but I'm just saying she's the Lord's favorite. Just saying, Kelsey knows. Because I mean, she told her that she was like, "The Jesus loves you, but he loves me more." Really? Okay. We're separating the wheat and the tares too. Go to prison.
Yeah.
7 lifetimes. Whatever. Whatever. But anyways, I want to bring Awen up because she's the other side of this big story, and I'm grateful that she even considered coming up. I mean, I'm glad she emailed me. It's been a long time. She always has a good soothing voice. And I want to say, after everything, all these years, and the situation that went down back then, right? It had something to do with Mark Means and Lori and Lauren from my perspective, okay? But it also had to do with Awen. Awen, I can honestly say, never hurt me. I don't feel hurt or offended or exploited or victimized by Awen. Not to my knowledge, Not, I can't say that for the other two. And I feel like Lori Hellis is just like, all right, B, like if I go down, you're going down too. And so I kind of, hey, I kind of respect that. But, yeah, Jennifer McIntyre says if she was innocent, she would release the damn messages. I think it's to fuel the drama pool, or I don't know what it is, because that means Lauren has the messages. And Grayson would have had to have seen the messages. Am I getting that right, or am I getting that wrong? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to bring Awen up. Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to hop off here.
Okay.
Y'all go there. Because I really, that was what, in 2021?
Yeah.
That's when I think I was at my lowest.
Yeah.
2020, from June of 2020 to all of 2021. I think I started coming out of the fog a little bit in 2022.
Right.
So I'm going to bounce off here, and I appreciate y'all listening to me. I got to get that off my chest. So that's all I needed to do, and I thank y'all for listening. Okay.
I'm glad you got to do that too. I'm glad you trusted it here. That was kind of another reason to build this, and
yeah,
I want my family members, even Uncle Jerry, if he's being shit, whatever.
He's got
I'll let you pick
girl.
what nursing home you want to go in, old man. Just picking. I tell Mom that.
That's Melanie's job.
I would never
she'll take
let
care
you
of
it. No shit, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
He knows I love him, and we'll have a talk. Don't worry. But
right.
All right.
I
Well, I
love
love you,
my
and
effed up family, y'all.
thanks
I love
for
my
everything, everybody. I'll be on the couch with Larry now. I'll get out of my room now.
All right. Well,
All
if
right.
he wants to share too,
Okay.
hey, we should have
All right.
at least a bi-yearly or something.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
tell
Love you, Mom.
A1,
Love you, Larry.
A1 hi. Bye.
All right.
Tell A1 I said hi. Bye.
Bye. Oh.